everyone, and welcome to Australia, the Eastern Creek, or now called the Sydney Motorsports Park circuit in Sydney, Australia. Wow, we are here for the 2015 Yamaha R1 and R1M press launch. You probably heard a lot about this bike already, and let me just tell you that everything you've heard so far, all the hype, is true. It's unbelievable. Let's just start from the beginning. I mean, Yamaha's tagline is, it's MotoGP technology for the street. And now, normally, leader bikes or super sport class motorcycles are built with street priority. You know, a little bit softer suspension, a little bit softer engine character. Not with the R1. I mean, Yamaha representatives have been up and down saying this is built for the track with very little concessions for the street. You've got mirrors and lights, of course, but this is an all-new bike, all-new engine, 998cc, 4-cylinder with a cross-plane crankshaft. It's narrower, it's 9 pounds lighter than the previous model. The entire bike is lighter than the previous model, but the real highlight of both the R1 and the R1M is the amount of electronics on both of them. Completely MotoGP derived technology, and it all stems around the 6-axis IMU, the inertial measurement unit. What does that mean? So you've got traction control, launch control, a lift control, which could also be called wheelie control, ABS, slide control, which is the major talking point here. The IMU measures yaw, pitch, and roll, and lean angle, and so much more. It's unbelievable, and it'll meter the power depending on what you need. Normally in the past, when we say electronics, said with a bit of a negative connotation. Now the R1 and the R1M, it's taken the game to a whole nother level, and that's really cliche to say, I know, but it's true. Riding around today at Eastern Creek, you know, the front end feel is fantastic, and you get on the gas and you can feel the tires as they get more worn down. You can feel them squirming, and you feel more, at least I felt more confident knowing that the bike would have my back. Intervention is there, but it's so almost unperceptible. You can almost not tell that it's kicking in and trying to save you braking. The real cool feature is the lift control, the wheelie control feature. Eastern Creek's front straightaway has a really fast left-hand turn that leads up to it, and there's a crest on the front straight, and so you're tucked, second gear, third gear, you know, really fast, and the front tire is coming off the ground. And the wheelie control will kick in and just keep it floating. And then it just kind of rests back on the ground. Just to be sure I wasn't being a wimp on the gas, I turned lift control off for a session, and sure enough, coming around that straight, back on the gas again, and the front tire is going whoop, straight up. And you happen to modulate the throttle, which is fun, but it's not conducive to quick lap times. With the lift control on, it just drives you forward to the tiny lift of the front tire, and it puts it back down gently. The entire time you're just full throttle, going. It's absolutely incredible. Yamaha is claiming approximately 195-ish horse at the crank, and this is the whole, the ballpark of leader bike super sports is unbelievable in 2015, and the R1 just might be at the top of that pile. It's hard to say right now, but rest assured, once we get all the contenders together, we will do a shootout. But as far as I can tell for right now, the R1's a fantastic motorcycle that is going to be a real threat, going to be a real weapon. Switching gears now to the R1M, most of the technologies are the same. You've got all the same electronic rider aids, but it also has the electronic Olin suspension, which is a fantastic feat. I mean, it's semi-active. It can adjust rebound, compression, all on the fly, several times a second if you need. It'll help prevent dive on the brakes. It'll help reduce squat when you're accelerating. It's quite a cool feature. Both bikes have quick shifters, which isn't a new technology, but this one, for whatever reason, it just works really well. Street speeds, racetrack speeds, you click it and there's almost no difference. I mean, you can't really tell that it's working. It's a fantastic feature. Some other cool bits: magnesium wheels, titanium fracture split connecting rods, aluminum gas tank. I picked one up earlier today. There's one behind me on display. It's incredibly light. It's super fast, 195 horse about, but the power delivery is so smooth. The cross-plane crankshaft technology lets you put the power to the ground really well. You can meter it precisely. There's A, B, C, and D power modes of them. I used A and B throughout the day at the track, and that was pretty awesome. I mean, it's A and B give you the same amount of top-end power, but meters it just a little bit differently. For track settings, the A is pretty spot on, but I did some laps in the B mode too, and it was almost hard to tell a difference. The magnesium wheels and the aluminum gas tank and the several different weight-saving procedures on these bikes help it change direction super fast. You can flick it from left to right really easily, but then Yamaha placed a lot of emphasis on front-end feel. And so you're in the corner, and I swear I probably could have gotten my elbow down if I were a better rider. But you crank her in there, and it just feels so planted on the front end. There's so much to say about these bikes. It's incredible. You know, I try and find some kind of fault whenever we're testing a bike. And the perception, the reaction, all the journalists here today, including myself, we've been getting off the bikes and thinking, wow, this is a fantastic motorcycle. To get the full scoop, you got to go to Motorcycle.com, read my whole story, and as soon as we can get all the contenders together at home, we'll do a shootout, and as soon as we can get especially these two guys at home, we'll do an even further evaluation. But for now, rest assured, Yamaha has really raised the bar.
I guess it's time.